Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful layouts from start to finish with easy to follow guides. And today we're going to have the first installment of Cupcake Week. So I don't know who has seen this super cute thin cut from the new annual idea book. So it is on, let me just double check here. We got a whole pile of new thin cuts in this idea book. So there is lots of fun to be had with them. So I thought this would be a fun theme for this week, because who does not love a good cupcake? Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's part of this spread on page here. I'll just shoot you down here onto my desk. There we go. So it is on this 2-page spread, this 58-59 of the new annual idea book. So there's a couple of different ones that they did. So I'm just going to open myself up in front of me here so I can see what is going on. So you guys have seen, I've started showing some of the thin cuts already. Some of them were a little bit slower coming in, but like I've talked about the new slimline ones, and I've done lots with the flowers already. Guys, those ones for sure are going to be, I'm going to use them a ton this year because I absolutely love them. So then there's these ones, and they are fun. So they're card thin cuts. So there's a cupcake and a backpack and then a purse. And then I'm going to talk about this too. So there's this thin cut, so you can turn them all into like a gift card holder. And you guys all know I love a good gift card holder. So that's what we're going to play with this week, is this thin cut. So, and then I do have something that I'm going to get you guys to vote on. So I'll talk about the vote right here at the beginning and then at the end. And then you'll actually see a post later. So, you know, at the beginning of the week, I do like a card typically or something else. And then at the end of the week, I do a layout. So I have not used either of these layouts as a sketch option yet in one of the sketches I've posted. So I'm going to get you guys to vote. I think I'm going to use this as my inspiration for the layout that I'll do for Cupcake Week. So would you rather have a sketch, a single page sketch, or a double page sketch? So if you want a single page, say A, and if you want a double page sketch, say B. And then I'm going to adapt it for Cupcake Week. Obviously, like, it's not going to be a star and it's not going to have those other things on it, but I'm going to loosely base my sketch on one of those layouts. So I just need to know if you want a single page, then vote A, or a double page and vote B. Okay, so let's get started here. So I'm going to show you this one. This is not the one I'm going to create right now. I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to do something on an actual card front. That's all here. But I thought I would just kind of walk you through what I have here. So I just used the thin cut as is, cut it out. And so I'll show you my color palette here. So I have Wildberry, Mocha, Capri, Mulberry, and Shortbread. Okay, so this is the color palette I went with. Obviously, I went with this color palette because it's all new colors. So I thought that that would be super fun to play with this week. I don't know that I'll keep it for the layout as this, but we're going to keep the thin cut. So, okay, sorry, I'm just going to share myself over to my classroom because I did not do that before. Okay. So, and then I will talk about the vote again at the end. And then actually I do have a post that'll come up later. If you missed the voting, you can come up later. But yeah, I always like double page. I figured that I do think that probably without me putting too much pressure on the way people vote, I do think that probably a 2-page spread will be the winner in the end. But I like to let you guys vote. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show you the color palette that we're going to play with today. So this one is just slightly different. And like I said, I cut it just as is to play with it. So I've got Capri here and Wild Berry. I did the icing in Mulberry. And then I used liquid pearls just to make the sprinkles because they're super cute. I did use clear shimmer brush to make the cupcake sparkle. Okay, so when you cut it, it creates a card, right? But I didn't, so this is actually toffee. I wanted a white liner on the inside, so I just cut a second version of the cupcake, cut it in half, and used it as my liner. And then I wanted to be able to put a gift card in this one. Now, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about I'll just move my stuff out of the way. I'll try and remember to say everything as we go. So we do have this new thin cut, which cuts the slits for gift card. It's called gift card tabs, okay? But I didn't want to use it on this one to put my gift card here, because if you use the tabs on here, it'll cut through to the front. So you could still do that. You would just have to be careful about where you position because it actually cuts out of the card. So I'm going to do that on the card we're going to do next, but I just wanted to show you. So instead, I cut an extra liner and I just used the new red tape and created a little pocket for my gift card holder on this one. So I just thought I would show you that to start with, but now we're going to make like a full card. So like with a full card front and using our thin cut. So I'll move our colors aside. Okay. So I have the same liquid pearls. So I do have Dazzle and Robin's Egg. And I am still playing with the same kind of colors. I also pulled out the new tape runner from Tombow. So we do have, because Tombow changed their tape runner, it's now called Mono Air Permanent Adhesive. They changed it, so we have the new one available now. It was available in the new idea book. So I do have this tab out. I'm going to show you in a second. And then the snap set that I pulled is from the annual, which is for all occasions, and it's the D2052. So we're going to use that for a sentiment on this one. Here's our gift card to put in our card. Okay, so here's all that comes with this thin cut. So you can see this piece makes your card. So that is this piece right here. Okay, so we're going to actually adapt this, but it makes a card all on its own. So this is shortbread. Okay. So like I said, in the same color family I'm playing with. So then I cut some other pieces. We'll go through them as we start adding them. I have an inside and a front. Okay, so this though I want to talk to you about. Okay, I think we have everything off of here now. I can put that away behind me. Okay, that's my stamps. Okay, so I wanted to add this to the front of a regular card base. So this is just one of our card bases. And I knew I wanted to add a gift card holder to this card just to make it look a little bit different. So I cut in the front part because I'm going to add my sentiment and my message on this normal side here. But I wanted to be able to add a gift card holder. So I left this on here so I could show you why I didn't do it on the other cupcake. So when you cut it, so I've cut this out of the front of the card, you actually get two holes, right? So I know I'm going to cover this up, so that's fine here, but that's why I didn't want to do it on here, right? Because if I didn't do it, if I could put it right here, you'd be able to see the slits where the gift card is supposed to go. So that's why I didn't take that option here. Like I said, you could totally work on hiding it behind something. You just need to pay attention to that if that's what you're going to do. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of talk about that for 1 second. So just if you want to use the gift card tab thin cut, just be aware that it does actually cut like right through the cardstock. So don't put it somewhere or add like adhesive right over top of the slits, because then you won't be able to slide in your gift card. Okay, I think that's all I've got to say about the gift card holder. 1 second. Okay, so here as I kind of stayed with the same color palette, right? So this is our inside though. Okay, so we have though a shortbread cupcake, and I'm going to add it onto the front of my card. So I don't need the two of them, so I'm going to cut them apart, and I can use the second one on another card. Okay, so you can cut it with your trimmer, cut it with your scissors. You can only cut half of the thin cut if you want. It's totally up to you. Okay, so I'm going to save this piece for later. You can see I already have extra stuff in here. So this is like that other white daisy liner that I used before. So next time I go to make a card, I'll have pieces. Okay, so I kind of kept, like I said, the same color palette. So for the front though, I have 2 pieces of cardstock. So I think, what did I cut these out? I'll attach them together, and then I'm going to attach them to my card front. So I wanted to play up the wild berry and just kind of bring the mocha in. So these are so the mocha is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is 1/8 of an inch larger. So that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Like I said, I just wanted that kind of little skinny border. Okay, so we're gonna try this new tape runner. So my wild berry is my bottom layer. So like I said, I want to be careful I'm not adding too much adhesive right in the, like over these. So I'm going to add a little adhesive to the middle of my card, and then the rest of my adhesive I'm just going to keep on the outside of this layer. Right? So I know for sure I'm not going to be covering up my tabs. Okay. So there we go. And then mocha. Mocha would be perfect for like a chocolate cupcake, I think. So this one, it doesn't matter where I add the adhesive. Hannah, yeah. Can you open my window? Yeah. It is like full on summer here again. My air conditioning has been running all night, and it's crazy because we're supposed to be like have fall, and we'll have snow by Halloween, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, okay, so then here is our cupcake we're gonna add. I'm gonna add that on, once I create it though, I'm gonna add it, I think, on 3D foam tape. So I have mulberry icing. You could glue this or use adhesive. It's totally up to you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say about this new adhesive from Tombow is I'll show you in 1 second. So I don't know if anybody remembered. Oh, I'll show you the difference here. Okay. So this is the one that is going. So this is like a solid strip of tape right there. So this, I wouldn't say it's dots, but it's not solid. So I'll try and catch it in the light. So, okay, they're almost like little teeny tiny hexagons that are almost attached together. So far so good. It's very smooth. Okay, but I'm not going to use that for this. So then I have a piece of wild berry and we're going to make that our little liner. So I'm just going to use glue. Because we all know I already have so much glue down on my table. How about we use our all-purpose mat for how it's intended. So the all occasion stamp set too, I think that's gotta be one of those like must-haves from the annual idea book. It's kind of got a little bit of everything, right? So in that other one, in this one, I stamped just because. That would be a very good reason to give a gift card to somebody. This one, we're gonna make a birthday though. So, you could totally do this too, playing off the two tones of cardstock, right? You could do it with like a lighter layer and then a darker layer to play off the two tones versus the stark contrast that I'm playing with, right? Okay, so then also on here, there's a banner. So that's what I've cut for, and I did stamp it ahead of time because I want to color it. So I used Intense Black ink, and I am going to try Antique Pink Blend, and I'm going to use the medium to kind of be around the mulberry. So I'm going to go medium, I think. Whoop. And then I did cut a mocha layer, and I'm just going to add that as a little bit of a shadow because the sentiment that I picked for the front, party time, right here, kind of has that same kind of look. So I have this mocha layer and I'm just going to put it in the same on the underneath this banner, just slightly offset the same way that the letters are. So I'm just kind of playing off of that. I was so excited when I saw these in these big card thin cuts in the new book, and like I said, that little gift card tab is like right up my alley. So I have not played a ton with them yet, but I will be. Okay, so like I said, I just super quickly colored that. And then I have this piece of mocha, and we're just gonna make it a little bit of a shadow just to kind of make this stand off the front of the card. You could also, if you wanted, cut two of them and splice it and add more on this end. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. And actually, I think I should have done this before I put it down, but we're going to see how this goes. Okay, so I grabbed one of the new lip pens. This is Sepia, and I'm just going to doodle around the outside. Okay. I like that. Okay, so that kind of just ties that all together. Okay, so I am going to add the clear shimmer brush because everything's got to have a little bit of sparkle. This would look super awesome too with as glitter paper. So I could have cut mulberry glitter paper to make my cupcake. Maybe I will do that on the layout later this week. We will just have to see. So, and then I'm going to do the inside of the card before I color in the sparkles. Or, yeah, and then I'll do the sprinkles on the cupcake absolutely last because I'm going to do the pearls and they'll be wet, right? So I don't want to be messing around with the card once I drop the pearls in there. You could totally save the shade, like the negative space too from the thin cut, and paste back in different colors of the sprinkles. We have more embellishments that are still coming that are, I think that one of the embellishments that's not here yet is sprinkles. So okay, yes, that looks awesome. So it just makes it a little sparkly, and I know clear sparkle shimmer does not show up very well on camera. So I'm just trying to decide if we should do a white doodle line because we've got that nice dark mocha cardstock back there. So let's do that, and I will just give it a few seconds to dry while we make the inside of the card. Okay, so yeah, that'll be cute. And it just kind of plays up the fact that I did the doodle on the banner. So I just have one of the new gel pens. So this is the number 10. And there's a few tricks with these. Don't press crazy hard on them. And you shouldn't have too many problems with them. If you have a hard time getting it going, you can just scribble on something until it's moving well, but like don't press crazy hard because then you get like the little lines and it doesn't touch down in the middle. So a gentle touch is always good. These are awesome for adding highlights to things. I also was very excited when I saw these in our idea book. So, and I'm just pushing away from myself. Also, if you have a hard time, put something soft underneath. So even like one of the liners from the stamp sets would be perfect underneath, just to give yourself a little bit of cushion. I have a lot of cushion because I have enough layers, I think, of cardstock there. I'm not overly worried about it. And it is supposed to be doodle, so it's not supposed to be perfect. Just remember that. Okay. You gotta love when I totally wing it. Okay, so I do have always a plan, just not always does it like go the same way as my original intention. Okay, so now I have a liner for the inside of my card, and I cut a candle. So I cut the little flame in shortbread and then the candle in the capri. I'm just going to glue these together quickly. There's so many things too I could think of to use this candle for. And that's just like one little bit of the thin cut, right? So you could color it if you want, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I'm gonna add a doodle to, so I have a piece of capri cut for the liner of my card. I'm gonna use that same sepia and just doodle around the outside of my liner, just to kind of tie it all together. Then I'm gonna stamp my sentiment, and we're gonna make this one a happy birthday, right? Because we said party time on the front. I'll add my candle. We're going to stamp the sentiment in the Capri ink. So there we go. Okay, so I just have this here, so I'll just use this. And then I have happy birthday. So I picked the super bold printed birthday. So I'm going to stamp that first, and then I'll add the happy on top. So I tapped it down in my ink, so I'm just going to clean it off so I have less chance of actually getting it on my white Daisy cardstock. So I picked this birthday because I thought it kind of played off nicely, that party time stamp. And then I have the little happy. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I thought this was kind of a fun way. This is the old tape runner. Here's the new one. To show you the new colors and how well they played together. So I do think that the new colors kind of all play very well together. So it's always fun to get updated colors. It is a little challenging at first to get used to them, and I can never remember names for the longest time. So I'm doing quite well, I just have to say. Okay. I think I'm going to glue the candle down though. So, and I actually pulled out sequins, but I don't know. We might just use a few on the front. Okay, so that is going inside our card. Okay, so we have our gift card holder slot on the inside. So we will add our gift card. Just like that, right? And you can't see it on the front because we covered it up. So now I'll add the panel to the inside. There we go. And now we'll add our cupcake to the front, just like that, but I'm going to add it with 3D foam. So don't forget when you're using your shakers to save the insides and make sure to use them all up. So this is good 3D foam tape here. So, and you can see here, I've cut these pieces in half to use in smaller places, but then two, right, there's the angled circle pieces that fit nicely into little spots. Okay. Oh, I left this out. So I was going to show you, I did, when I put the made the gift card holder here, I did use the red tape to make sure that, stays in, because you have to remember you're going to be pulling the card in and out. Hey Jill, I have not seen you in a while. It is, I think I should actually look, but we have to be nearing 30 degrees Celsius here, which is in the 80s, I do believe, Fahrenheit. If we're not there yet, we're pretty close, and we're going to be doing that for the next couple of days. But then, like I said earlier, then we'll get snow. Sometimes it'll snow near Halloween, just to spoil it for the kids. Oh, that's why I haven't seen you. I always say better to be busy. Totally. We all seem to get in trouble when we're not busy. So it fits, you can see it fits nicely on the front of the card, right? So then I will add this. And like I said, we kept this super minimal. I didn't want to go crazy, because I'm assuming that when I do the layout later this week, it'll be a little more, more pieces and stuff. So at the beginning too, you'll also see a post. I forget when it'll post, but I was thinking for later this week, I'm going to do, I think we should put our pearls in there first. Okay. So like I said, I grabbed the robin's egg and dazzle, and we're going to do the sprinkles. So I think I'll do the blue first. Yes, it's always good to have a challenge. So I literally just colored in randomly, however you want, with the pearls. And there are, like I said, there are so many ways that you could color this. You could also cut out another piece and have them all the same underneath. You could use a glittery piece of cardstock underneath, and it would look like the sprinkles coming through. You could color them too with like the metallic markers. That would be cool. You could color them with like our new Le Pens too. You could put little pieces of colored paper behind the frosting. See, so many possibilities. Right. So when Jill's saying you love keeping busy, it keeps your mind active too. Lots of people too say to me all the time, I'm not really sure how you come up with all your ideas, or I'm just not creative like you. Creating all the time, you get more creative, right? Or even watching me do this, right? You might not do this exactly the same way I do it, but it might spark something that sends you off in a completely different direction. All fun and good for the mind. So I'm just literally, like I said, filling the little sprinkle troughs. I could also add after on top more stickles if I wanted them to shine more. They are quite shiny though, because it's got like that pearl finish to it. So yes, I have always too many ideas running through my head. That's part of my problem. As creative people, we want to do all of the things. Okay, so obviously these are still wet, so I'm gonna be careful. You guys heard me say that, right? That's always funny because I try and be careful and it always backfires on me. So I need to put water. It is hot. Okay. So I'm going to add my little banner here. Okay, and I'm going to cover up some of the sprinkles. That's why I did them first. Okay. So that's super cute. And I'm going to add, just because I can, the wild berry loose sequins on the front. Just a few to add something else. Okay, and don't forget, I'll show you in a second. So you could also use, there's this cherry, but like I said, even just this candle, I have so many ideas running through my head already. So I'm just going to add a few sequins and then we're done. I'm not going to add sequins, I don't think, to the inside of the card this time. So I have an extra banner here. I'll save that. Oh, let's use our pickup tool. So one of, for sure, my top two favorite things, and I just have to actually get in the habit of using it because I love it. So this is the new pickup tool. You get two in a package. You just sharpen the end and it's got like a waxy finish on it. And then you can pick things up with it, as the name would imply. So see how quickly I could pick up that sequin, and then I just touch it down onto my glue dot and I'll just leave it. Then I'll look for my next one. And I just want different sizes, different finishes. I love these wild berry sequins. Let's use that one that jumped out. Always I feel that if it jumps out of the container, it was meant to go on my project. But that one is being stubborn, so we're not using it. Okay, so that's 3. We'll see how I like this. I feel like I want more, but I think I should just do 3. You know that feeling? Like I think I should stop at 3, even though I know I want more sequins. I'll use more sequins on the layout. That's what I'll do. Okay, I think I will just leave it at 3. Okay, so that's what I've got for you guys today. So this is the one I showed you at the beginning, right? So this is just using the thin cut as is, but I did cut out another liner because I wanted a white liner here. And then I wanted this one to be a gift card holder too, but I didn't want to cut those notches out onto the front. So I added this liner on the inside with the 3D foam, not the 3D foam tape, just the red tape glue. Okay, so then the colors are basically the same. Then for this one, I added the banner from that same thin cut. I cut the shortbread out as the card front, but I cut it in half. So now I have another one I can use on another project, or I could use this as a liner, right? If I wanted a shortbread liner, I could use that on the inside. Then we made this one a gift card holder with those tabs, and then we made this cute little liner on the inside and added a candle. So that's what I've got for you guys today, but I also will review the vote. Okay, so for the second project this week, for Cupcake Week, I think I'm going to, I've not ever created a sketch from these layouts. So there's a series of single pages that I did like this. And then there's this one that is a double page that I think I'm going to alter if I use the double page. But so if you want a single page sketch for our next sketch, vote A. And if you want a double page sketch next, vote B. And I have some ideas how I'm going to adapt it up, but it will be for Cupcake Week coming up. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Oh, let me make myself big again. So have a great day, guys, and we'll see you later. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll answer. And I can hardly wait to see how you vote. I kind of already know, but sometimes you guys surprise me when we're voting. But I do know that you love a good vote. So far I'm liking this. We'll see. So like I said, that is the new tape runner from Tombow. So we'll talk to you later, guys, and have a great day. Bye-bye.